Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. Let me just double check what we were doing last week. Here we go. Normally I remember off the top of my head, but I've been doing a lot of gaming of late, so I don't necessarily... We started a background campaign in Hero Realms last week, that's right. So this week we're back to the Terra Mystica world as we play Age of Innovation from Feuerland Spiele. Just like the other games in the Terra Mystica universe, we're trying to build up our living space for our civilization to get the most victory points that we can. And we'll be doing that through various actions in the Terra Mystica world. Got a little bit of setup to do before we get into things here. First up, we'll introduce my faction. Tonight we'll tip the camera down. I'm playing the Inventors, but I'm and my home terrain is the mountains. The Inventors actually will start off with a competency tile, and we'll come back to that. They start off with a standard 3 workers, 15 credits, or 15 coins, and I believe there's something that gave them a neutral tower. Was it the... First guild income? Was it the Inventors? No. I think there was another faction that gave them... I think there was another one of the factions that we could have chosen. Nope, it was the Omar that gives the neutral tower, so we actually don't have the neutral tower to start the game with. Just going to finish a little bit of setup here. We'll put these X tokens out. And we need one more for the last book action, which I'm going to put down there. Okay. So now we can tip back up to the board. Normally I've got my initial dwellings placed already, but I didn't finish that part of setup last night. I figured I'd do that on camera so you guys can see how placing the initial dwellings works. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so we'll introduce everything for the Automa first. Given that we're playing the mountain faction, I picked one of the two at the opposite end of the spectrum from us. So I picked the plains faction, and I'll be in the same way that I've got the board laid out for me. I've got the playing pieces for the plains faction, for the plains terrain is the word I want, laid out there. So we'll start working our way over to the board. First up, we're going to start on the left side of the board. We'll take a look at the science display, which is basically the new cult tracks for the game. We've got tracks here. Oh, I need to get a neutral color out as well, because I need the meeples. Actually, I need 4 of the meeples and the hexagon pieces for that. Because that's how the solo mode works for this game. 3, and there should be one more. Here we go. All right, and those go on the 2 space. On one of the 2 spaces, I believe. Actually, this is set up. That's part of setup for the 2-player game as well. Yes. Okay. So now that we've got that straight, we've got our different disciplines. We've got banking, law, engineering, and medicine. To get above level 7 on each of those, we'll need to form a city during the course of the game. And each one gives different resources at level 9. For economy, on income you would get 3 victory points. Law would give you 6 power. Engineering would give you a worker. And medicine would give you 3 victory points. So now we'll set the Automa's tokens up there. Admittedly, I was going back and forth on if I wanted to stream this game or not, because there's just enough camera cuttiness to it that I don't necessarily like streaming games in the Terra Mystica world. It's not nearly as bad as the Arkham Horror Files is, but Terra Mystica I've talked about before is another world that I am hesitant on streaming in, but we're going to give this a try. Everything looks mostly good on the layout. I think we're missing we're missing 2 of the competency tiles on the right side of the board. So once we move over here, we're missing the bottom 2 medicine tiles. I could move back. Actually, yeah, looks like I can move the camera back and just get everything in shot here. Maybe tip up just slightly. And I think we'll get everything. Here's my laser pointer. So I can point things out on the board just to make sure that all looks good and you guys can see that. Okay. The Automa faction that we are going to be playing against tonight is the Cuddlers. They will start up on the... They'll start up one up on the economy and law tracks. Their faction action when it comes out from the faction deck, or from the Automa deck, is to transform and build. So they're transforming into planes and building a dwelling there. Tiebreaker 3A is closest to one of my buildings, and I've got the terrain prep card for my faction, which is for my terrain type, which is the mountains, laid out, and they'll be working on that. Sorry for the delay. We seem to be having some technical issues. Okay. Just making sure that the camera came back online. The camera cut out there for a second there. Anyway, coming back to what I was talking about here, the Cuddlers will score victory points on X+1, and I'm playing on the easiest difficulty again. So looking at the bonus tiles that we've got for the game tonight, our first bonus tile, which will be the first one that the Automa has, is a straight 6 coins. Then the other ones we have to choose from. 4 coins on income, and when we pass, advance 1 on any science, on any discipline track per school we have out. +1 on the shipping track, and whenever you build on is that a border or a river hex? I believe that's a border hex. Nope, it's actually a river hex. Score 2 victory points. Book on income and build a free bridge. Or book on income phase and build a free, and transform and build with a free spade. So which one do I want to start the game? I think I'll take the book on income and build with it, and transform and build with a free spade. So we'll put coins on the 3 that didn't get chosen. I'm also going to put X tokens with the 2 that need them, which this is one that will. All right, now we'll move over to the right side of the board and start setting things up over here. So we've got both innovations, which is on the top of the board, and then the competency tiles, and I will get one of them as my starting faction. So our first innovation, this one costs 2 economy books, 2 law books, and 1 of any. So this one, and it costs 5 credits as well, 5 coins as well if you don't have your palace out. One-time bonus for, I believe, most connected space. 4 gets you 8 points, 5 gets you 12, 6 plus gets you 18. And I thought there was a reference, it's not on the quick reference cards, but there should be a reference on the innovations. Here we go. Yes, based on the number of building groups on the board is what that one is. Probably not that useful. This one costs 2 in engineering, 2 medicine, 1 of any, and 5 coins if you don't have your palace out. One-time census. This is based on the number of buildings that you have on the game board. 7 to 8 gets you 8, 9 to 10 gets you 12, 11 plus gets you 18. This one costing 2 economy books, 3 of any, and again 5 coins. No neutral university, and 2 victory points on income phase. This one costing 2 law and 3 of any. Library, let me see what this one is. This one is immediately gain a one-time bonus of points equal to your 2 highest discipline levels on the science display. Gain 1 point for each level you advanced. And then this one costs 2 engineering and 3 of any book type. Sewerage, 1 time is a 2 victory points per workshop on the board. And this one costing 2 medicine and 3 of any. Professors, a once per round action to gain 3 scholars and 3 points. What am I hearing? Hang on. I just heard something. I'm going to go check it out real quick. Be right back. Kid riding a tricycle. Sorry for the delay on that one. So that's all of the innovations. Now we need to reveal the competency tiles. And this will also dictate... Hold on a second, I'm going to close this closet door as well. The competency tile I take will also detect what advances I get on the discipline tracks, just making sure the camera didn't go crazy on me there. And the other thing to remember is because of my faction, if I take something that gives me income, I will get it for the first time during round 1. So we'll start off with the economy track. So advancing 3 on the economy track would be worth a book and gain a power on income phase. 2 on economy and an economy book. 3 victory points and 2 coins on income. That's actually tempting. Then 2 economy books and 1 on the economy track. Every time I send a scholar, get 2 victory points, I believe is what that one is. Yes. Now over to the law track, 3 in law. A one-time bonus of a worker, 5 victory points and 2 coins. I probably don't want that one until later in the game. 2 on the law track and a law book. Is every time I place a workshop on a border hex, I get 3 victory points. And 1 law book or 2 law books and 1 on the law track. Is a once per round action to gain 4 power. 3 on engineering track. There's a neutral tower and 2 power and 2 coins on income phase. 2 on engineering, 1 on one engineering book. Because every time I pass, I get 2 points per city I have out. 1 on engineering, 2 engineering books. 1 time, 2 free spades, which are your terraforming steps in Terra Mystica or Gaia project. Now onto the medicine track. 3 on the medicine track. You get when you pass, victory points equal to your lowest level on the discipline, on the science tracks. 2 on medicine and a medicine book. One time you get 2 annexes, which boosts the building's power by 1. And 1 on medicine track, 2 medicine books. On income, a worker and 1 in a discipline and 1 in a discipline. I have not placed either of the scores tracks yet. Either of the tracks yet. So the AI is doing everything in brown. I'm doing everything in green. Or gray, I should say. They're up 1 on banking and law. Okay, so now we need to go through the random book actions that we got. So our first book action that we have to choose from. This might also influence which competency tile I take. Spend 2 books to gain 6 money. Next up. 1 book to advance 2 in a discipline. And 1 book to gain 5 power. So taking a look at the round bonuses. Round 1 is about putting universities, which will also need to reveal palaces. Universities or palaces, you get 5 points for those. For every 2 we're up on the banking track, we get a worker. And the Automa gains 4 victory points if they're up on the banking track, which they are. Round 2 is all about putting out guilds, 3 victory points per. Every 3 on law gets a book, and the Automa gets 2 points if they're up on law. Round 3 is about using spades. 2 victory points per spade you use. Up on engineering is worth a coin per level, and the Automa gets 3 victory points if they're up on engineering. Round 4 is about placing workshops, 2 victory points per workshop you put out. For every 3 up on banking, we'll get 4 power, and the Automa will get 5 victory points if they're up on banking. Round 5, 4 victory points per school that we put out. 1 coin per level on banking we are on at the end of round, and 7 victory points if the Automa is up on banking. And then round 6, the last round of the game, actually has 2 bonus actions to it. We double dip on dwellings. Actually, I believe if we pull I gotta double check this, but I think if we pulled an action that's already in the... Nope, it's just a random tile. So it looks like we would get to double dip on that. So essentially 4 points per workshop, and the Automa gets 8 victory points if they're up on medicine. Okay. So now we need to reveal our palace tokens, our palace tiles. The first one's always available, and it's 2 power on income phase, and a one-time bonus of 10 victory points. Next up, 2 power and an action. You can downgrade a university to a guild, get 3 victory points and a worker, and 2 power and a book on income phase, and a once per round action to advance 2 on any discipline. I also have not placed my initial dwellings yet, so we'll go ahead and do that here. The first dwelling is going to go... I'm going to put one toward the middle of the board. Then we'll shuffle up the Automa deck here. We'll pull a random card for them. And based on the letters on the card, this will make more sense when we actually see it. We'll set up their initial structures, and then I'll get to place my second structure. So this is the card for them. All right, C will be their power structures, D will be their not power. So that'll bring us over to this card. C for planes is up here. D for planes is over here. So I will grab their 2 dwellings. C is up here. I'll get a power token for that in a second. D is out here. And a power token for that one. Now where do I want my second dwelling to go? I think my second dwelling is going to go... There's definitely an option to put it down here to try to make a connection initially in the game. But I want to be able to have the option to form two cities if I can. So I think we're going to put it by their... I think I'm going to put it up here by their power structures and try to make a connection based on that. So now I'll build the Automa deck. The Automa deck is described on page 4. Alright. Grab these star cards. 2, 3, 4. That one goes to the side. Okay. Right, I will put the Automa deck over here. And then card 3 goes on top. And then we'll shuffle these 5 cards to be the Automa deck for the first round. All right. Top 2 or 3 to the side, bottom 2 perpendicular. All right, so that will go there. Okay, I think we're all set to get into this game. I did forget to mention, too, that the mountain terrain actually gets a bonus of 2 coins and a worker on workshop income. So I think we're all set for this to start this game. Oh, I've still got to pick out my competency tile that I want. I think here... I feel like I could I'm probably going to be doing a lot with books this game. So I want something that's going to give me books in a hurry. And the Automa is going to be fighting on... This is a tough one. I'm going to take the... I feel like I want something on income that's going to give me income. And I've got a few choices for that. I think for now... I'm going to take the one on... I think I'm going to take the 1 worker and advance 1 in a discipline on income phase. So that will give me 2 medicine books. And up 1 on the medicine track. I'm not completely in love with where that is, but the resources are actually pretty good to pass up. So we're all set for this game. So let's get into round 1, where the goal here is putting out a university or a palace, which I could do that, but I'd be all in doing it. So on income phase, I'm actually going to move the... Actually, it should be fine. So I get 3 workers, 2 coins, and I get a book. I will take a... Actually, I get another worker because I have the... Because I took the competency tile. Of course, the workers are on the other side of the board. And for another book, I will take the... Do I think I'm going to try to fly through and get my palace out? I think I probably am going to. So I want the... I think I want a... I think I'll take a law book. I get that because I have the booster for that this round. So for my first action... Let let's see, I will have one spade left over to be able to... I'll have one spade left over because I'll have a free spade for my round booster action, so I'll deal with getting the university out, or the palace out first. So I'll spend 3 coins and 2 workers. Actually, I am going to bring the workers over here, since the automa does not keep resources. And I'm going to convert this workshop into a dwelling. Or not, this workshop into a guild. And then for the automa's first turn, I'm not going to bring every card up. The automa is looking to upgrade into a guild if they've got one available, and they do. So they're coming up from the bottom of the board to do that, which means they'll be upgrading this workshop into a guild. Whoop. And they get 1 victory point for that. So the automa is in the lead with 21 victory points right now. But that won't last long, because I will spend 4 workers and 6 coins to upgrade this guild into my palace right away. And now I get to take, so I'll get 5 victory points for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I get to take one of the palace tiles, which I think I want the 2 power and a book on income and a once per round advance 2 and a discipline. So I'll grab an X token because I'll need that. We'll put that off to the side here. And then that is discarded, which I'll discard down here. Next action for the automa. They're going to be transforming and building around their power structures on priority A. And they've got a desert down here that they can turn into a plains. Build a workshop. That'll get a power structure. And they get no victory points. As for me, I'm going to take my booster action to... Actually, before I do that, let me make sure I've got... Oh yeah, I've got terrain here where I could do this. So I will take the build a workshop with a free spade. I'll spend 2 coins and a worker. And I'm going to convert this forest into a mountain using my free spade. And then I'll put a workshop down up there. And then the automa is in the perpendicular section of their card, so they could be passing. I will bring the automa card up for a second to point out that the way we know they're passing is if there's this icon in the upper right corner of the card. So the automa is not passing. They're taking a faction action, trying to build closest to one of my structures and on the ATP card of my faction. So they're around... So they're using priority B on my card, on my terrain. So they're around their not power structures on priority B, which means they're going straight here, which is very mildly annoying. I'm turning that into a plains, and they gain 1 victory point for that. All right, for my turn, I'm going to use my palace action to go up 2 on a track. I probably am going to need another worker, so I'm going to go up 2 on economy. And then the automa is still... This is definitely end of round for the automa. The only question is if they're taking the action or not. They are. They're taking... They would be taking an auto... Then they would be taking an innovation if this was round 3 or later. But as it is, they're advancing 1 on a discipline based on catch-up. So we're closest together. We're closest together on economy, so they're going on banking, so they're going up 1 in that. Which means the automa will be the first player for round 2. We'll rebuild their deck. And I'm definitely cleaned out of workers, so I'm not doing anything that involves building this turn, but that's probably fine. And the automa is up on banking, so I'll give them their 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, so I've got run of the board now. I'm going to spend... I definitely want to try to get that innovation if I can. Oh, I've also got to give them their next tile, which is, of course, on the card. So hang on a second. I got to see what tile they took. So they're taking the build a bridge. They don't keep resources. They're taking the build a free bridge and gain a book on income. So now I'll reshuffle that. Okay. All right. Now that's a little annoying because I was planning on using that. I was planning on getting that for another book, but instead, I think I will spend a book here since I'll be getting it back anyway. And I will go up 2 on a discipline. I'm going to go up 2 more on banking, which will give me a power as well. Then I'm going to spend another book to gain 5 power, which will move all of my last power into bowl 2 and my first one into bowl 3. And then with that, I'm tapped out. So now what I want here... Now the booster I want here is... I think I want the 4 coins. I want the 4 coins and the... I want the 4 coins on income and the pass for 1 school. For 1 in a discipline per school. Those get returned. I don't need the X token there. The Automa goes... I gave the Automa their 4 victory points. I get 2 workers because I'm up at level 4 on... I'm up at level 4 on the banking track. I've already rebuilt the Automa's deck. The dummy player who's in blue, it might be a little bit hard to see with the board. The dummy player goes up 2 in banking, so 1, 2. At least I believe that's how that goes. I believe you use the... I'm just going to double check that real quick. Actually, does the Automa advance based on... Does the Automa advance based on science bonus, or does the bonuses, or does the dummy? I believe the Automa scores... It's been a while since I've played Age of Innovation, so... Then using the science bonuses on the right, advance the corresponding discipline for the dummy player. Okay. That's what I thought. So we're done with the... universities and palace out. Round 2 is all about putting out guilds. 3 victory points per for that. Looking at my income phase, I get a total of 6 coins. We're going to go 2. We're going to grab 3 2s. 3 workers. And I get 2 power and a book, which I will take a medicine book. The Automa, however, is the first player. Not sorry to see a faction action go away, but they will send a scholar to one of the tracks based on catch-up mechanics. So closest together right now is the... Actually... send a scholar. All disciplines without a... So round score, they're actually advancing on law. So they're going up 3 on law. 1, 2, 3, which is not... Well, they would be gaining the 2 victory points anyway. Okay, that was their first action. For mine, let's see, this is all about putting down guilds. Well, unfortunately, we're also very low on scholars right now. I could have used maybe one or two of those to start the game, but here, I think we are going to go ahead and put a guild down up here. So that'll cost me 2 workers and 3 coins. I'll upgrade this dwelling into a guild, and that'll give me 3 victory points. 2, 3. Okay, next action up for the Automa is they're taking power and book actions, 3 from the left. 1, 2, 3. They're covering up 1 book for 5 power, and 1, 2, 3, 4 power for 2 workers. I do have 3 power available to me, though, which I will spend that to gain myself a scholar. So now I've got some options with that. I could potentially advance my terraforming looking ahead to round 2, which is not a terrible idea, probably. Next action for the Automa is they're looking to upgrade, trying to get to a guild first, coming up from the bottom of the board. So they're upgrading this workshop into a guild. They should have scored 1 victory point for that, and they'll score 1 victory point here as well. So they should be at 28. Okay. And I think that is what we're going to go with. So it's 5 coins, a worker, and our scholar. And I will go ahead and upgrade the terraforming steps, and I get 2 books for that. I will get 2 economy, 2 banking books. And then the Automa's potentially passing. They are passing. I'll remember to give them their... So they score 2 victory points since they are up on law. So 2 victory points. Right. They also... I'll remember to take the... to deal with the tiles this time. Then the Automa will be the first player again in round 3. Adding another card to their deck. Okay. Just giving the Automa deck a little bit more of a shuffle. And a cut. And we are all set there. Alright, as for my turn, I've got a little bit of run of the board, but I'm not sure what, if anything, I'm doing with it. I don't have enough resources right now to put down another workshop. Oh, I've got my palace action available to me as well. Well, I don't think I ever took my palace, my advance from my competency tile on income. So I guess I will take. I guess I'll take 1 on medicine, I think. Because I have a feeling the Automa is not going to be doing much with that. If I sit on these books, I can probably get the Professor's Innovation on the next round, which might be worth doing. I will use my Palace action to go up 2 on a Discipline. I'll go up 2 on... I'm going to go up 2 on Law to give me another 2 power. Or not on Law, on Banking. And then I think I am pretty much tapped out. I am going to sit tight. So I will pass. And I'll take the build a free bridge and a book on income phase. So these should get coins. I'm always terrible about remembering that. These should get coins. I've already built the Automa's deck. I'm not up high enough to get the bonus on law, but the dummy player will go up 3 in law. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. That tile's done. And round 3 now is all about putting down spades. But on income phase up first, I will get 2 power, 1, 2. Actually, I get another power because I've got a guild out. Total of 5 coins. So I get my 3 power, 2 coins. Well, 5 coins, 2 power, or 3 power, I should say, which I got all of that. I get 2 books. I'll take a law and a medicine book. The Automa, however, is first player. They are transforming and building around their unmarked structures on priority B. So they're coming down to this swamp. I just saw plains tile. Here we are. So they're building a workshop there and not getting any victory points for that. And I forgot to take my workers, so a total of 3 workers. And advance in a discipline, I will advance in... I'm going to go up in medicine to give me another power. Alright, my first action, I think my first order of business is going to be spending my 2 medicine books, 2 banking, and a law book. Which I will use that to grab the Professor's Innovation. Let me double check that there's nothing crazy about innovations that I need to be worried about. I don't think so, but develop an innovation. By paying the development cost, you must always pay at least 5 books, yada yada yada. Place the bottommost, you may gain up to 3. Okay, so now we've got a once around action to gain a scholar and 3 victory points, which I'll grab another X token for. As for the Automa, I wanted to be able to take advantage of spades, and I still might be able to. We'll find out, though. They're going up 1 They're going up 1 on the round score, so they're sending another scholar over. They're sending a scholar now over to engineering, so 3 up there. All right, and I think I will take the round action on my innovation to gain a scholar and 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. As for the Automa's next card, they're taking book actions, 1 from the left. 1, 1. And they gain 1 victory point for that. For me, I think I'm going to take advantage of having the scholar there now. Spending a worker, 5 coins, and a scholar. I'll go ahead and bump that up so my terraforming steps now cost 1 spade, or 1 worker per spade I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then looking at the Automa, they're taking book actions 3 from the. They're taking book and power actions 3 from the right. So those 2 should have been. No, this one should have been blocked off. So 1, 2, 3, and hold on. I didn't unblock these. So the first one was 1 from the. First one was 1 from the left. So that should have been blocked off. This one should have been blocked off. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Blocking off 4 power for 7 coins. Let's see. Now my spades cost me 1 worker per spade. Which I... I could spend another book to move 5 power over, and I think I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Especially considering that A, I'm going to get the book back anyway, and B, the Autumn is getting ready to pass, potentially. They're in their perpendicular section now, but they're not passing yet. They're looking to upgrade coming up from the bottom of the board. It'll be this workshop into a guild, and they get 1 victory point. As for me, I'm actually going to take the build a free bridge. Actually, no, I can't take that yet because I can't get out to where I want to build. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to spend 2 workers and 2 coins. I only need 1 spade to get to mountain, so that only costs me the 1 worker. Once I find mountain, and I'll build that workshop up here since I needed 1 spade. That will give me 2 victory points. And then the Autumn is on their last card of the round. The only question is if they're taking the action or not. And they are. It's a faction action around their marked structures on my priority A. So looking on my priority A, around their marked structures though, so I do have to be mindful of that. No mountains around them. It's round 3, so they're actually considered at 1 on the track, so they actually can get to this mountain space. With the plains, which cuts me off a little bit, but not too bad, I don't think. And they get 1 victory point for that. Actually, they get 2 victory points because X plus 1. That's a little annoying because that would have been a free space toward the middle of the board. Now I will take the free round action to build a bridge. Actually, the Automa, before we do that, the Automa did pass the round. So they're taking the middle tile. They don't keep resources, of course. They get 3 victory points since they are up on engineering. 1, 2, 3. We'll rebuild their deck. Which I'm doing that off camera right now. Thank you guys for stopping by tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of your Wednesday night with watching me fumble my way through this game of Age of Innovation. It is one I really have enjoyed in the past. This one, I don't know how well this one's going, though. We'll find out soon enough, though. I suspect the proof will be in the pudding for this one, as far as the results go. Anyway. Flip that over. Bottom 2 cards perpendicular, and we're good to go there. So now I've got a little bit of run of the board, which I'll use my Palace action to go up 2 in a Discipline. I'm going to go up 2 in... What do I want to go up 2 in right now? I'll go up 2 in... I'll go up 2 in... Actually, I don't need to go up too far in medicine because the Automa neither player seems to be fighting me too much on medicine track. So I'll go up in banking right now, mostly so I can take advantage of getting some coins for the science bonus at the end of the round. Then I'll spend 4 coins to get 2 workers. Actually, do I want to spend the coins to get workers, or do I want to build with 2 free spades? Actually, let's take the build a bridge action now so I can connect to this forest space way up here. Now the question becomes, I don't know how much really building with 2 free spades would do for me right now. Mainly because my spades right now are so cheap. I've got them down to 1. I'll spend 4 power, though, to get 2 more workers, since that's what I'm going to have problems getting here. Let's see, 4 workers, actually 4 more power for a workshop with a free spade, though. That could be useful, especially if I think I want to try to make... Let's see, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. If I put another workshop up here somewhere, that would let me form a city, which might be worth doing here. I think we're going to spend 3 power next to get another scholar. Because I might want to send a scholar over to one of the tracks, potentially. So, yeah, I think we will go ahead and spend 2 workers and 2 coins. I'm going to transform that forest space into a mountain space. Once I can find a mountain in there. That will put down a dwelling there. I'll get 2 victory points because I needed 1 spade to make that transformation. And then I've got enough buildings and power up there. Guild are 2, workshops are 3, so a total of 5. Palace is 3 for 5, workshop for 6, another workshop for 7. So I've got enough to form a city now. The question is, what do I want here? Decisions. Well, the different options are 5 points and 2 books, which books really don't do much for me, especially this round. And I've got the main innovation I was after. 8 victory points and 8 power could set me up nicely, but I'd be moving 7 into bowl 2. 5 victory points and 2 spades. Question is, where would I put the spades down from there? 4 victory points and 3 workers. Could be useful. 6 victory points and 6 coins would probably be the most useful now. 8 victory points and a scholar would be useful to let me screw around with some of these tracks. And 7 victory points and 1 in each would put me up on all of them and potentially open me up a little bit more to science bonuses. But I think the one I want here is going to be... That swamp is 3 away, and they can probably get to that pretty easily. I think we're going to take the... See, we would gain a total of 3 power if I took the 7 victory points and 1 up in each. And I'd tie the dummy player on... Actually, I would gain 3 power for that because I'd advance to level 7, which is past a threshold there, and up to level 3, which is past a 1 power threshold on engineering. And that would get me on the board on law. Which could be worthwhile, especially for endgame scoring. Which I think is the one... I think that's the one I'm going to go with. So we'll pick up the 7 victory points. And up 1 on each track. I'll put that down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then up 1 on each track. And I could go up past on banking if I wanted to now. 1, 1, 1, 1. That'll give me a total of 3 more power. That'll move that into bowl 2. Then I could send a scholar, which would give me another 4 power, which could give me as much as another 4 power depending on where I send it, or set me up to control the banking track as another option. Because that wouldn't put me just to the top of the banking track, but it would all but give me control of it. But I think we're going to go up... That's a 6 power every round on law. So I think we're going to go up 2 on... We're going to go up... I'm going to go up 3 on law, or on medicine. 1, 2, 3. Crossing 2 power thresholds, which will give me a total of 4 power. 4 power there, and then I am pretty much tapped out at this point, so I'm going to pass. And here I want the... Next round is all about putting down dwellings. And I'm pretty well set up for that. What I need, though, is I need coins. So I'm going to take the straight 6 coins on income phase, which will give me an extra 1 as well. So the booster tiles that are still out there get extra coins. I gave the Automa their 3 victory points. I get 1 per level on engineer, 1 coin per level on engineering I'm at. The dummy player goes up 1 on engineering, so we're all tied at 3 on engineering. I get 3 coins for that. The deck has already been built for the Automa, and this one's done now. So round 4, as I mentioned, round 4 is all about putting down dwellings. On income phase, I get a total of 3 power, so I've got 4 ready to go. I get a book, which I will take... Actually, let me not forget to refresh these, because that tripped me up a little bit in round 2, I think. So I've already gained my 3 power. I gain a total of 11 coins. 5, 10, 11. I get 5 workers. 4, 5. And I get to go up in a discipline. The question here is, do I want to take advantage of the city to go up on one of these, or do I want to try to fight for something? I think we're going to go up on... The round bonus is about the banking track this round. We're already up at level 7 there, so we're already guaranteed at least 8 power. I think I'm going to go up 1 on engineering. And then those are refreshed as well. Starting with the Automa's first card, or first action, they're sending a scholar. Based on scoring, they're going over to the banking track. Going up 1, 2, 3. Then for me, this round again is about putting out dwellings. I'm actually going to start seeing about trying to work on this middle of the board. So I only need 1 spade to get here, which will cost me another worker. So it'll cost me 2 workers, 2 coins. So I'll find a mountain tile, put that down there. I put a dwelling down there, and that's another 2 victory points for me. 1, 2. For the Automa's next card, they are transforming and building around their unmarked structures on priority B. So they're looking at, on their B, they're looking at a swamp, which they can't get to. Actually, yes, they can, because they're up on shipping track, so they get over here. And then I will gain a power for free, the first power I've gained all game. Come on. And I forgot to take a book on income phase from my palace tile. I'll take a medicine book, because why not? Let's see. I will then... I'll probably then spend said book for what? To go up 2 on a discipline, that could get me up to another income bonus. So I'm going to spend the book for the... Do I want the 2 power, or do I want the 5... Do I want the 2 on a discipline, or do I want the 5 power? I think I want the 5 power. That'll give me more resource options. 3, 5. Next card for the Automa is they're taking power and book actions, 3 from the right. 1, 2, 3, blocking off 7 coins. 1, 2, 3, blocking off 2 on a discipline. Turns out I would have lost the other one either way, whichever one I didn't take on the book actions. Then coming over to me. Okay. They did take power actions. Okay, so that's how we lost the gain a scholar. All right, we'll go 2, 3, 4 to gain 2 more workers so I can open up my options this round. Especially if I think I want to start putting down a bunch of dwellings. They're taking a faction action around their unmarked structures on priority A, but that's on my card, remember. So priority A, there are no mountains they can get to. Priority B, they've got a forest they can get to up here. Actually, tiebreaker 3A is closest to one of my buildings. On terraform and build. So yeah, looks like 3A, they're trying to get to mountains, but there's none there. None within their shipping range, I don't think. No. So they are getting to this mountain space, or this forest space, turning that into a plains. Building there, and that will give them 2 victory points. So 1, 2. As for me, I'm going to take my innovation action to give me a scholar and 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Then for the Automa's next turn, they're taking book actions again, 2 from the right. 1, 2, covering up build a workshop with a free spade, and covering up the last book action of 2 books for 6 coins. All right, my turn. I would only need 2 spades to get to this lake space, which I think I will go with that. So that'll be 3 workers total and 2 coins, which I'll turn that into a mountain space. Put a dwelling down, and that'll give me another 2 victory points. And then the Automas in their perpendicular sections, they're potentially passing. They're not passing. They're looking to upgrade, coming down from the top of the board. 1, 2, 3, upgrading this workshop into a guild, and getting 2 victory points for that. 1, 2. As for me, that's another 2 spades. 2, 4, 6. I actually do have just enough. If I wanted to build a dwelling here, I could do that, and I think I will. So I'll spend 6 power, 2, 4, 6. To take the action to build a workshop with 2 free spades, I'll use my 2 spades to terraform here. To get to that desert space, I'll turn that into a mountain once I find a mountain tile. There we are. Then I'll pay the actual cost for the action itself. And I'll put a dwelling down here to get another 2 victory points. The Automa's in their last card of the deck, so the only question here is if they're taking the action on the card. They are, and since it's round 3, they do get to take it. Since it's round 4, they get to take an innovation. 1, 2, they're taking census, which the Automa I don't think scores for this. The Automa does... Scoring only from... Okay, so the Automa does not score from taking this innovation. And they're advancing 1 on a discipline based on scoring, which is banking, So they're going up on banking track. All right, then the Automa gets 5 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They get this booster, which is a mild problem, but probably not a catastrophic one. Then we'll rebuild the deck. Here's the rest of the deck. I've mentioned this before, but I was a little bit nervous about streaming this game. It seems like it's working out fine, though. I think I just had to bring the camera back a little bit to make sure I captured everything in shot. Okay. All right. Well, we definitely have room. We still have room, definitely, to screw around with the track if we want to. But I think here we also have plenty if we want to start putting down. Actually, yeah, we've got enough to that we can put down another couple more dwellings. So I'm going to go to this mountain space next. I can probably join hands here and make a super city pretty soon. So I'm going to spend 2 workers because I need a spade here, and 2 coins. To make that mountain space into a mountain. And I'll put a workshop down there, and that'll be another 2 victory points for me. Let's see what to do here. So I'm at 5 right now. I could very easily set myself up to form another city next round, and I'm gonna have a lot of workers coming into that round. So I think I am going to clean myself out of workers, though. I'm going to put another workshop down here at this mountain space right here. That'll cost me a worker and 2 coins to put down my second to last workshop, and that's another 2 victory points for me. And I can send the scholars somewhere if I want to. Let's go. You know what? Let's go up 2 on medicine. I can clear that because I've got a city, and that'll give me another 3 victory points on income phase. So that will do it for my turn. I'm going to have to pass since I'm completely out of workers. Next round is about placing schools down. I can probably get at least 1 down. Oh, actually, before we do that, I do still have a round action of palace action available to go up 2 in a discipline. I will go up 2 in. Let's go up 2 in engineering. I'm going to try to run away with that one as well. That'll give me 2 power since I crossed the threshold. Now I'm out, so now I'll pass. And I think I want the build a workshop with a free spade and a book on income. I've got plenty of coins, so I'm not too worried about that. The Automa got their 5 victory points already. I'm up at level 7, so I actually get 8 power. 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. All right, and the dummy player goes up 3 on banking. 1, 2, 3. They've actually passed us up there, but I don't think that will last for too long. That round tile is gone. Round 5 now, and the focus is again on putting out schools. Income phase, I gain a total of 3 power, so I've got 3 ready to go. Make sure I refresh those as well. I get a book. I'll take a medicine book because I expect to use it this round. All right, so that was my 3 power, my book. I get a total of 5 coins, which brings me up to 12. I actually got another book because of my round booster. I'll take another medicine book. But I expect to be using them both. I get a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 workers. So yeah, I should be able to put out at least 1 school. 2, 4, 6. Depending on what I do with my other actions, I may be able to put out more. And I think that's... Oh no, I have 1 on a discipline as well, which I can't go up on a banking yet. Oh, I get 3 victory points as well in income phase. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. And then up on a discipline track, I will go up on... Actually, if I go up on engineering, that would give me another power threshold, and I'd be all set to go there. So I think that's what I'll do. So that'll give me 2 more power. Then looking at the Automa's turn first, they are taking book and power actions, 1 from the right. And get 2 victory points. Actually, they get, 2 victory points. Okay, and I think my first order of business here is going to be to put a guild down on one of these 2 spaces, because I can actually, somewhere in here that's adjacent to brown, because I will be able to form a city from that. 2 workers and 3 coins. We'll upgrade this workshop to a guild. The reason I'm upgrading here is because I want to take advantage of a potential build here and maybe upgrading in here. But it might be a little bit hard to see, so let me see if I can zoom in on that. There we are. I do have enough down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will form another city. I'll zoom back out. So now I've got another city available to me. I don't want another one of the 7 victory points and 1 on every track, because if I take that, I won't be able to... Actually, if I take the 4 victory points and... If I take either the 4 victory points and the 3 workers... Actually, I am going to take the... Because I will need another 5 workers to put down 2 schools. Which I think I can probably do. Yes, I will take the 4 victory points and 3 workers. So we'll put that down there. I'll get the 3 workers. And we'll set the 4 victory. And, I gave myself the 4 victory points and the 3 workers. Okay, so we're all set there. Next card for the Automa. They're sending a scholar. Based on scoring, they're going to banking again. At least I believe it's based on scoring. Yes, round score tile. Okay, so they are going to banking, which will be up to level 7. So now I've got another city so I can go up on another track. I need to be mindful of the dummy player though, because they will be going up 1 on the banking track this round. So I might want to try to capitalize. I might want to try to get past them if I can. But I think I will go ahead, spend 3 workers and 5 coins. I'm actually hang on a second on that. So 3 workers, actually 5 coins, 3 workers. I just realized I'm short on coins if I don't do that. So I think I will take 4 power now to gain 7 coins. That way I know I've got enough to put down, because I'll need coins to put down another guild, and then I need coins after that to put down another school. Next card for the Automa is a faction action around their unmarked structures on priority B on my card. No mountains they can get to, surprisingly. Mountains Yes, they do have a mountain here they can get to. They've got a mountain here they can get to. The tiebreaker is then closest to me, which that's 1 away. That one is 2 away from me, so they're going to build here. Turning that into a plains. Putting that down there, and they get 2 victory points for that. 1, 2. Okay, and then coming back to me, I will have enough coins. As long as I stay adjacent, I will have enough coins to put another school down. Next round, I want to take advantage of double dipping on workshops that I put down. So I will spend the 3 workers and 5 coins to turn this guild into a school, which will give me 4 victory points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of these and a competency tile. I could grab something on the banking track and lock that one completely down, which is actually tempting. Because they're not fighting on... There's also a temptation to grab something on the law track. If I think I can get another innovation, which could be worth a lot of victory points. But I would need 4 more books to be able to grab that, and the most I can get... And I can only get up to 5. So that's probably not a worthwhile strategy there. I could take 2 on engineering and the engineering book. That's tempting as well. So that would give me 4 points for every city I have when I pass. But I think... I think here I'd rather lock down... Or do I put up a fight on the law track? Because that's an option too. And I take just the one-time bonus? Yeah, I think we are going to... Couple of good options here. I could also set myself up to do to put down another dwelling in round 6. So I know I'm going to be able to put a few down. I'm hoping I can join hands up on this big city up here, make that into one big mega city. But I still have to decide what building or what structure I want to, or what tile I want to take here. I think I will take the... Well, I am getting another tile, I'm getting another school this round most likely, so I think I will grab the... That's every time I send a scholar. Yep, I will actually grab the competency tile for every time I send a scholar to get 2 victory points. And so that'll give me 2 economy, that'll give me 2 banking books, and up 1 in the banking track. So that's going to be the second discipline I've gone past on. As for the Automa, they are taking a faction action, once again around their unmarked structures on priority B. Let's see, they don't have any mountains they can get to on priority B. Any mountains they can get to? Yes, they do. So that's the other one that they were trying to get to earlier, or that they were tied on. Because they are up on the track. They are up on the shipping track. So that'll give them 2 points, up to 52. Let's see. I will take my innovation action to get a scholar and 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Next card for the Automa. They are looking to upgrade to a guild, 2 from the bottom of the board. So 1, 2. They're upgrading this workshop. Oh no, they can't upgrade that. They can't upgrade to a guild because they don't have a guild available. So now they're trying to upgrade to their palace. They're upgrading this guild to their palace, and I don't think they get a palace tile when they do that. Do they? I don't believe so. Does not gain a competency when upgrading to a school or the university. So I don't think they would get a palace tile based on that. Okay, coming back to my turn, I'm going to spend... I think spending a book here... I think spending a book here, I'll spend a... Actually, I don't need to spend a book yet for that. I'll take my palace action to go up 2 on a discipline. I'll go up 2 on banking. Because the most the dummy player can go up is 1. So I'll have that lock. I should have that locked down. Then for the Automa, they are terraforming and building around their marked structures on priority A. To the shock of not yours truly, they'll be building on this plains right here. That'll be a marked structure, giving them no victory points, but I can spend 1 victory point to gain 2 power, which I will do. So down to 70, and that'll give me 2 power. Let's see, I could actually just... I forgot I had this guild all the way up here since early in the game. I could just upgrade that to a school and call it a day. Excuse me. Which I think I will do. So that'll be 3 workers and 5 coins to upgrade this guild to a school. That will give me another 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I will take the... Actually, I should probably get moving on trying to make this connection here. So I think I will take the... I'm thinking I probably want the tower here. Build a neutral tower as a one-time bonus. So yeah, I will take the... Actually, I can't take that because I can't go up any more on the engineering track. Ugh. I may have to put down a... Actually, you know what I could do? I could take the... I could take the 2 free spades to set myself up to be able to take another innovation. Which I think I will do that. I'm more interested in the books. I'm more interested in the books from the engineering, from that 2 spades, than I am in the advancement. So I'll put the 2 spades down. Can I put that? I can make that desert into a mountain, which I think I will do. And then the Autumn is potentially passing since they're in their perpendicular section. They are passing. Whew! That was a close one. So I'll take this middle tile, return that one. They get 7 victory points, since they are up on banking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then we'll build their deck for the last round of the game. Unfortunately, they are going to be the first player, so if I'm going to make that connection, I think I'd better make it now. I think I'd better make it now while the coast is clear. Even though I wanted to be able to put down... Even though I wanted to be able to wait until next round so I could double dip on dwellings. But I think rather than have anything go haywire, I'm going to go ahead and make... I'm going to go ahead and make at least half of this connection now. Especially since they can, on their priority card, they can get to swamps very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and make this connection now. Otherwise, if I'm not careful, I'd have to go the long way around. Although going up the shipping track might cut down on some of that headache. Which I still have actions to go through, so I think I Let's see. I could put down a neutral university. That would give me a competency tile, I think. Let me just check that. But if I put down the neutral university... Oh, I don't gain a competency from that. Okay. So I think... And that's based on... Communications is based on number of building groups, so that wouldn't help me. Well, while I think about that, let's send a scholar over to law track, to up to there. That'll give me a power. Let's see. So I could grab the two banking or the two engineering book. The two engineering book is 2 points per... There's a one-time 2 points per workshop I have out. Right now I have 8 out on the board, so that would be worth 16 points to me now, if I were to grab that. I can't get the law one. This is a tough decision. I think for now, and I don't have the workers yet to make this connection, but I would if I take the neutral university tile. As I mentioned, though, that wouldn't give me the competency tile. I was thinking about going up on the shipping track, but I didn't do that. But I can get us another scholar to do that next round. I'll have plenty of workers coming in, and I have 2 scholars on income with a guaranteed 1 more. So I think what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and start working in this direction so I can try to make a connection long way around. So I'll use my booster action to build a workshop with a free spade. I'll need another worker for another spade and 2 coins. So I can turn this lake space into a mountain space. Once I find another mountain tile, there we are. And we'll put that down here. All right, then I am completely cleaned out here. Actually, no, I'm not cleaned out yet. I think now with all 9 of my workshops out, I am going to go ahead and grab... It's going to cost me all 6 of my books. But I will go ahead now... Which one would be worth more victory points? That's 10 and 9 is 19. To 16. I think the library is actually worth more victory points. So that will give me a total of 19 victory points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, so I'm probably going to need a 100 tile for that, or a 100 point tile before too long. I'm going to tap out there, so I'm all set for the last round of the game. Here, I will take the... Here, I'm going to take the... I'm going to grab the 1 in a discipline per... No. I'm going to grab this competency tile, this booster tile. I want the... Every time I place on a border hex for 2 points, and +1 on shipping track. So I will be second player. Hopefully that won't come back to bite me. I'm not going to worry about replenishing the coins on the unchosen tiles, because we are at the end of the... We're essentially in the last round of the game. But I will refresh all of these, which those are all already refreshed. I get 10 coins because I'm up 10 on the banking track. And the dummy player goes up 1 on the banking track as well. So that tile goes back to the bonus, goes back to the box, and we'll flip over the continuous space on the for the dummy player. So the dummy player is considered with this tile to have 13 spaces. The Automa probably has this beat since they're up 2 on the shipping track. Let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Surprisingly, they don't. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we can make this connection without having to go a long way around, I will be very thrilled about that. Income phase, I get a total of 2 power, 1, 2. 1 book, which will be a medicine book, because why not? So that medicine book, 2 scholars, refresh all of that, 2 scholars from my schools. I actually get 2, I do get 2 coins, and I get a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 workers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I get to go up 1 in a discipline of my choice. I will go up 1 in... Actually, I get 3 more coins and 3 more victory points. 3 more coins and 3 more victory points. And I still have my advanced 1 in a discipline that I have to use. The only question is, which one am I taking for that? I think I will go up on the... I'm going to go up on the... I've got a couple scholars, so I can really mess with... I can really play havoc with the tracks if I want to. I'm going to go up on the banking track to give myself 3 more power. It doesn't really do anything in terms of locking that down, but it does free that track, so I don't have to worry about that for the rest of the game. As for the Automa's first card, they are taking power actions 2 from the left. They block off 2 in a discipline, and they're blocking off 3 power to gain a scholar. Not necessarily a huge problem. Double dipping on dwellings, though, could be very important. So I will spend 4 workers. Actually, I'm fresh out of dwellings, so I've got to upgrade something before I can do that. So let's go 2 workers and 3 coins. This is very much a gamble. I'll upgrade this workshop into a guild. And I think that'll be my next order of business, is making that connection. As for the Automa, they're taking power actions. Again, 3 from the right. 1, 2, 3, blocking off that. 1, 2, 3, blocking off gain 2 workers. So essentially the workers I have are going to be what I have to work with for the rest of the game. So now I'll spend 4 workers and 2 coins. I'm going to make this connection into a super city to put down a mountain space there. Put a dwelling down, and then I gain 4 points. So I'm going to move that up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me, I'm going to grab 100 points chit out for that once I find them in here. Probably should have left them out handy. Although, in my defense, I wasn't sure I was going to need one for this game. What did I do with those? I didn't leave them out, no? There's the rest of the innovations, the other boosters, 3-player spaces. I don't know why. Oh, those are Automa. Oh, here we go. Found them. Okay, so we'll put that down there. And then coming back to the dummy player, or the Automa, they're taking power actions again. 3 from the left this time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm glad we made that connection. Now I think my next order of business is going to be to go up on the... I'm going to go up on the shipping track at least once. So that's going to cost me a worker, or a scholar, and 4 coins. So that'll go up on shipping, which will give me 2 more victory points. Good thing I grabbed one of those out. And then the Automa is taking a faction action around their marked structures on my priority B. They don't have any mountains they can get to. No, on priority B we said. No mountains they can get to. No forests they can get to. Because I've got their marked spaces pretty well hemmed in here. No desert. They do have a swamp they can get to, which is up here. So I'll turn that into a plains. Put down a workshop. They should have gotten 2 victory points from the first card, by the way. Put down a power marker, 2 victory points for that. And then since my school is my strongest structure around there, I will spend 1 victory point to gain 2 power. Let's see. Speaking of power, I have advanced 1 on the shipping track, so I do have that open to me as well at this point. But I still have the problem of needing... I still have the problem of needing workers. Workers here is my big problem. So I'm actually going to spend... And my books are now completely useless. So I'll spend 2 workers and 2 coins to put a mountain down here. Actually, where do I want the mountain? I think I want the mountain... Oh, I still... Hold on. I'm out of dwellings again. Let's see here. Well, I'll spend... I think I'll spend 4 power to get 7 coins. I'm a little bit less encumbered by workers than I am by coins right now. But still, working on making some of these connections is going to be a pretty quick order of business here. Next up for the Automa, they're sending a scholar. Based on... So there's no Automa scoring tile. Actually, medicine is their scoring tile this round. But there's no way they can get anywhere close to me on the medicine track. Whereas I still have a little bit of room to play havoc on some of these tracks. Coming back to my turn, though, I am going to have to make an upgrade here. So 2 workers and 3 coins to turn this workshop into a guild. Next card up for the Automa. They're taking an innovation, 3 from the left, or 3 from the 1, 2, 3, so they're taking the sewerage, which I wasn't getting to anyway, and they're advancing 1 based on ketchup. 1 based on ketchup is on law, so they're going up to level 5 there, but I can still get past them very easily. Which I'll take the professor's action to gain a scholar and 3 more victory points. I have a feeling this one's going to be a blowout. 1, 2, 3. Next card up for the Automa. They're transforming and building on their around their unmarked structures on priority A. They've got a plains they can get to right here. So that will be no victory points, and I'll gain a power for free, since all I've got around them there is workshops. But my next order of business will be to spend a worker and 2 coins to turn this forest space into a mountain. And I'll put a dwelling down there, which will give me another 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then since the Automa is in their perpendicular section, they're potentially claiming end of game. And they are. So the Automa is claiming end of game. I don't think this one's going to be close at all, because like I said, I can still play havoc with the science tracks, and I will. I'll take my palace action to go up 2 on a discipline, which will be 2 on law, giving me 2 power. And then I'll send a scholar to said law track to go up 2 again, which will give me 2 more power. And now I've passed them on all 4 tracks. Let's see here. Doo-dee-doo. And then I think... we could upgrade to another... Let's see. I don't think there's really a point... Well, we can't send the Scholar anywhere, so maybe just make another... Maybe just put another guild down, I guess? Because there's really nothing we can do here, I don't think, to influence the game at all. Because the autumn has passed, they've claimed end of game. And I think this one's going to be a blowout, so I feel like I'd just be running up the score at this point. Oh, and every time I sent a Scholar, which I did there, I gained another 2 victory points. I've not been paying attention to that competency tile at all. I should probably have at least 4 more victory points out of that. But let me just count this up. I'm wondering if I don't think I can make a connection here necessarily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. I actually don't need to make a connection. Unless the autumn has somehow gotten past me on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope. The autumn was considered tied with the dummy player, so I think here I will actually claim end of game myself, since there's really nothing I can do here that's going to impact anything. So yeah, I'm just going to claim end of game as well, and then we'll go into end game scoring. So first up, for continuous space, we just counted it up. The dummy player was considered to have 13 spaces from the tile up there. The autumn has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're up 2 on the shipping track, so they can skip a bunch of water spaces. They're at 13. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I get 18. The autumn will end up getting 15. Actually, the autumn will end up getting 9, because the way you do tiebreakers when the score is tied is you add up the remaining places of points divided by the number of players tied, and that's the number of points they each get. So I get 18, going from 110 to 128. The autumn gets 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 128. The autumn is at 72. Then on the tracks, we'll score each one separately. On the banking track, I got all the way up to the top for level 12. The autumn got up to level 7. The dummy player's at 9. So I will get 8 points for that, going up to 136. The autumn will get 2 points, going up to 74. On the law track, I got to 7. The autumn and the dummy player tied at 5. So I get another 8 points, going up to 144. The autumn is going to get 3, up to 77. Excuse me. On engineering, it's going to be the same thing. I got to 7. The autumn and the dummy player tied at 3. I get another 8 points. I'm going to come around to this side now, bringing me up to 152. The autumn gets 2, going up to 79. Then on medicine, I got to 9. The dummy player got to 4, and the autumn got to 0. The autumn didn't advance on that track. Would they even score having not advanced on the track at all? You don't get any points if you're still on level 0. Okay, so I get 8 points. The autumn gets Bubkiss out of that. So that brings me up to 160. And then coins, I actually ended the game with 10 coins, so I get 2 more points. Ooh-wee, 2 more coins. But, yeah, that was not a close one at all. 162 to 79. Yikes, that was kind of a drubbing. And that will do it for this playthrough of Age of Innovation. Busy weekend coming up on the channel. I'm sure we'll have a stream of something Thursday. I haven't decided what yet. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will finish out of the official Diablo cookbook with the dessert, Ira's Plum and Honey Cake. Sunday, we're finishing up the fall campaign in Astro Knights, and I expect Sunday night we'll have Pinot with Phoenix for September 2024. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.